In the previous video, we covered stepping crane. Stepping crane is what we refer to as a moving meditation, of which there are 12 main moving meditations in Shunshin Tao. Stepping crane is the one that is the fire element, and it deals with the fire element organs and systems like the heart, the small intestine, the pericardium, and the triple heater. So it's a good exercise for getting up the heat and the fire in the body. But one does not need to do the entire stepping crane routine to benefit from it health-wise. In Shunshin Tao, we also have what are called postures, which are pieces of moving meditations that do very specific things. For example, heart posture number 1 is the part of stepping crane where we simply step to the side and bring our hand out underneath heart 3 and stare out over top of the hand. We hold this position for 3 to 9 breaths and then come back. So it could take you anywhere between, regardless of how fast you're breathing, could take you anywhere from 15 seconds, to a minute to do this technique. This technique is a very popular technique in our system because it's been known to calm heart attack symptoms down when people are doing it. For example, there was a good friend of mine who was an engineer, and he didn't believe in all this Qigong energy stuff. So he was having these terrible heart attack symptoms, and his wife said, "That's it, I'm taking you to Grandmaster David." And so they came down, and I said, where all these heart attack symptoms seem to be coming from? Like, where do you have them the most frequently? And he says, well, I have them when I play golf. And of course, golf is a high stress game, so that's putting a lot of stress on his body. And then being outside in a windy fairway can also ring up heart attack symptoms. If you're not familiar with the concept of wind, air in motion, or the energy from air in motion can cause a vasoconstriction on the circulatory and microcirculatory systems. So this can cause like a squeezing of the capillaries or even arteries or veins. And so wind is responsible in Chinese medicine, for example, for stroke. A stroke would be wind and phlegm. So you have a phlegm obstruction with wind also contracting on the artery, and then this can give you a stroke. So being relaxed and getting your circulation up high helps to offset the stress of both the pathogen and the physical stress of the game. And so I told him, if you're going to go out and play golf, you should wear a hoodie, because the hood covers the points in your face for the most part where wind can get into the body and aggravate the condition. And I want to teach you an exercise, so if you have these heart attack symptoms again, you'll be able to do this exercise and the symptoms will calm down. And so I made sure that he learned the technique very thoroughly, and that his wife learned the technique very thoroughly, because he had gone to the hospital 3 times. They called the ambulance 3 times in the last month and a half because of this heart attack scenario. So he went to the golf course, and he was wearing the hoodie and he was doing okay. And then he says, I look stupid, to his wife, and he took the hoodie off. And no more than 5 minutes after he took the hoodie off on this windy day, he started to have the heart attack symptoms again. So she said, quick, do the heart posture like Grandmaster told you to do. And he says, I'm not doing the heart posture. I'm going to look ridiculous in front of my friends. And she said, well, you're going to look really ridiculous when the ambulance comes, to haul you away to the hospital again. So just do the heart posture. It takes 60 to 90 seconds to bring the symptoms down if you'll just do the heart posture. That's what he told us. And so he says, I'm not doing the heart posture. Call 911. And she says, I'm not calling the ambulance again, because otherwise you won't learn anything. Now, I don't recommend that behavior. That's a bit extreme, but wives can be a little pushy sometimes. So she wanted him to learn a lesson, and so she forced him to do the heart posture basically by putting him in that position. But he did do the heart posture, and when he did, in 60 seconds, all the symptoms and stuff calmed down. And it went away, and he was able to play the rest of the day golf. And it's funny how people who have a real resistance to learning things or to accepting things of a higher truth, they have a real resistance to learning these things and believing in them, become your biggest advocates once they see the light, so to speak. And so he started doing Qigong, and he became better and better. Eventually, he worked with his doctor and got off all of his medications. He was on 3 different medications for blood pressure and heart stuff. And eventually, he was able to correct all that just by practicing Qigong. So there is evidence to support that there is a great amount of benefit that you can do by yourself. Now, after going over that, I'm going to show you how to do the heart posture. And once you do it a few times every day, it'll help to strengthen the energy for the heart. Every time you do it, it's very strong. Obviously, it's very strong if it's going to be able to calm heart attack symptoms down. So it's a good emergency technique. Even if you're lying on the floor and you just put your hands up in this position, it will start to calm everything down. So it's it's the first posture that I like to teach because it's so important for good, energetic heart health and safety. So again, this is the part of the stepping crane exercise where we shift and we step to the side and hold our hands like this. So all I'm going to do is you didn't see the first video, I'm holding my hand in the holding water mudra or finger position. So like I'm going to scoop water up and drink it. So all I'm going to do is shift to the side. I shift to the right side. And then in a pinch, especially, it doesn't matter, just do it. But if you're practicing it every day, it's good to practice it on both sides. So I'm going to shift to the right, and then I'm going to bring my hand up and step to the left. Okay. As I do that, I'm going to bring my other hand up and slide it down without touching and hold it underneath part 3, which is right here. As I'm doing this, I'm going to relax and breathe, and I'm going to do that for 3 to 9 breaths. Then when I'm done, I'm going to slide my hand back up, and I'm going to step back into position and relax. And so it's just that easy to do, and then all of a sudden the symptoms will start calming down. Just for me doing that one posture correctly, now my body temperature is starting to go up again, so that fire element is starting to pump. So great technique. I would do it at least 3 times on each side in the morning for a quick Qigong boost. Or even if you're tired in the afternoon, you can do it and it'll give you energy. It won't give you as much energy as the whole moving meditation, but at the same time, it's not near as complicated, and you can do it very, very quickly to make yourself feel better. It can also help with many other issues, and so play with it and you'll find that it helps with emotional stuff, it helps with injury stuff, it helps with spinal misalignment stuff. There's a lot of things that the heart posture all by itself can do. So I hope you have fun with the heart posture. Just know that left side is yin, right side builds yang. We always want to do the left side first, and then we do the right side. This helps to balance the energy out a little bit better. As you get more advanced with these things, and you know if you're deficient in yin or you're deficient in yang, you can do a little more of one side or the other to adjust your energetic balance. All right, thanks, and God bless.